Welcome to On the Fence, the show that is about helping you decide whether or not to spend your... Spend your hard-earned money on the biggest and possibly best releases. Nick.
Hans.
This fence looks an awful lot like another fence.
I'll need to do the humping thing again.
What?
Yeah, hump.
Oh god.
Remember I said I was humping that woman before?
Hump. Stop. No, don't.
Yeah.
This was a chance for you to
Future
not
Hans
be a
is gonna
pervert.
love this. You smell nice, lady.
This is Destiny. No, it's not. God damn it. This is Anthem. Oh my god. You can tell I'm so fucking fed up already because we already lost one fucking connection. Anyway, Anthem. It's an awful lot like Destiny. Boom, on the fence done. Drop the mic, shut it down. So,
Yes, this is Anthem, BioWare's attempt at making a loot-based shooter a la Destiny or The Division.
yep. And Nick,
Hans.
we're in Taurus. Taurus?
Or Tarsus.
Yeah, Tarsus, that's the one. Taurus is Star Wars. Also, a sci-fi game.
Also a loot-based shooter.
This is how this On the Fence is going to go. You'll be seeing it from perspective of both me and Nick. We're going to show a little bit of the open world stuff where you can just go out and dick about. Then we're going to show one of the stronghold missions, which is like their dungeon or instances. And then, we'll listen to myself and Nick give our opinions at the end over some gameplay. Does that sound good to you, Nick?
100 emoji.
Fire, 100 emoji.
Yep.
Awesome.
Eggplant. Here.
No, I don't want your eggplant emoji. But yes, so Tarsus is pretty much your hub world. It is where you pick up your missions, have your cutscenes, do some shopping, and other such things. And then you come to here, which is your... what would you call this screen? The ready up screen.
I don't know.
Oh, your launch screen, maybe. And from here, you can pick your missions, pick your difficulty, and make sure you're ready. And then you can go to the Forge if need be. And from the Forge, you can then equip your Javelin, which is your mech, with all the cool loot things that you pick up during your sci-fi escapades in the big bad world.
So I had to call my adventures in the bedroom.
Your sci-fi escapades. You haven't
because they're not real.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
I burned myself.
Yeah, you did. I'm going sorry, I'm taking off my mic shield. It's being a real bitch right now, and I can't be having it. So excuse the terrible audio noise of me taking it off my mic.
Mute yourself. Just
go, right.
That audio bit out.
No. If I have to suffer, they have to suffer.
Okay, while you do that, I'll explain what Anthem is. Anthem is a loot-based shooter, as I said before. You are a Javelin, aka an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
The basic combat is...
Oh shit, I fell off!
I see that! Jesus. The basic combat is you have a selection of guns ranging from your rifles, assault rifles, snipers, LMGs, grenade launchers in Hans' case. All the Javelins also have 3 abilities, I believe. So, mine as the Ranger, it creates... I have grenade, yeah. I have arm launcher, and also have a support shield.
Yep.
And every Javelin also has an ultimate.
Yeah, Nick, tell them what my ultimate is.
As far as a fucking nuke, and it scares the shit out of me every single time.
Look, just because you can't handle the thunder and the noise doesn't mean I shouldn't bring it, so...
So yes, also, being a Iron Man suit, you can fly. And you know what? Flying is one of the best things in this game.
Yes, but it does have some questionable design choices.
Reports of a scorpion nest nearby.
Yes,
Sounds
I agree.
dangerous.
The heat stuff is a bit of a pain.
So yeah, the bar at the bottom there you'll see as Nick and I fly are your heat signature, which, as if you get too hot, like I am constantly, you pretty much cannot fly and you overheat and crash, which I think's really, really dumb because it's hindering you going from A to B.
Yeah, we had discussions around this where, like, for stuff like hovering, yeah, heat's grand.
Yeah, because like that's the
Hovering
tactical
issues in,
thing.
like, a combat scenario where, like, it is advantageous in combat. There are very
Yeah.
few times where you fly in combat, so it feels like putting a limit on it is just there to slow progress.
Keep going.
Yeah, like that. Like I completely agree with you. Like, you know, why shouldn't I be allowed just to fly from A to B as quick as possible so that I can just get to my next mission? During combat, 100%. Yes, during the hovering and stuff, you want to limit me so I don't just hover above enemies so that they can't hit me. Yes, do that, 100%.
Situation
But
is dangerous. We need to clear
it's
up this
just
threat.
really frustrating. So each of the javelins as well are designed differently for kind of different roles, if you will. So my guy is very much a tank. I mean that in both the literal and figurative way. So he's got a lot of health. Does all right damage, not the most, but
Has no shield.
yeah. So that's the weird thing. So no shields. But I guess that's just to make up for the
You have
massive
an
amounts of
actual
health.
shield.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have a dodge because I'm too big to dodge, so I just run through people like this with my shield.
Retreating. Full speed too.
Yes, we are currently in the free play mode of the game, which is just put you out into the admittedly small open world and kind of just fly around, random quests that pop up to do, you can get collectibles, and you just find random bits of loot all around the place.
Yeah, different world
Like
events and
that,
stuff.
all that loot just popped out of lab.
Yeah.
So loot, I hear you say, Hans.
Loot, Nick. Yeah, let's talk about loot.
Let's talk about loot, the crux of this game. I think it is implemented poorly.
You would play a lot more of these sort of games than I would.
I have played Division, I've played both Destiny games, I've played Borderlands, I even dabbling outside of shooters, and stuff like Diablo. It's got loot, I'm playing it. Because I'm a sucker for loot fans. Love it.
So what do you think is poorly implemented, or how
So-
do you feel is poorly implemented?
In games like Destiny and mainly Borderlands is kind of my... Borderlands I would say is my favorite of the loot-based shooters, but it's kind of a different thing. It was kind of brought about before loot-based shooters became a big thing. And honestly, my issue with Anthem, and I feel like a lot of newer loot-based shooters, is that there's not a lot of difference in the loot from that you get at level 1 to the loot you get at max. I think I'm level 15 or 16 at the minute, so halfway to the level cap, which I believe is 30.
Uh-huh.
And I still play the exact same way I play as I was in the It's just the numbers are bigger. And therein I think lies one of the biggest problems with Anthem is while I enjoy the combat, and I think the combat is fun, the abilities work really well, cool, it feels very samey throughout.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like we talked earlier about kind of how the enemies haven't really changed. No, I disagree with you to some extent on that. I feel like there has been some difference. Definitely not to the extent that there should be. I will admit that right now, but
And even
yeah.
it's not one of the issues I also feel like I have is Destiny has really good enemies. I think, and not in the case that they are massively different from each other. Yes, they are different in ways, like 3 archetype enemies. But the enemies actually are tactical. They do try and flank you and stuff like that. Anthem's enemies just kind of walk towards you at all times, and then when they see you, they stop and shoot you. That's an issue I also levied at the Division, where I felt like the enemies always were doing the same thing. So didn't feel like there was any difference in fighting the different types of enemies.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to defend this game too much, but I feel like there are some difference in the enemies. Like, for example, the big tank. They're essentially the enemy colossus with the shields and stuff, where you do have to try and get behind. Or there is the the guys with the shields. The
Seeing an increase in shaper energy.
sorry, the guys with the force shields with the blue bar. I suppose I can't.
Yeah.
Because I was saying shields, it's like, but hold on, the enemy colossuses have shields as well. So I think there are some differences. Is there enough? Definitely not, because pretty much your basic runt enemy still just they all feel the same across the board, whether it's a Scar or a smuggler or whatever.
Jesus Christ!
Shit, there's a Titan, Nick.
Yeah, I'm aware. This is not what I expected to see when I run into that corner.
This is not what we should be doing. We only have 2 minutes left of this bit, Nick.
Fine, man. You got this.
Damn it. I'm like doing minus damage here. Ah! Should have maybe blocked that one.
Overall, I'm not a massive fan of something
Oh!
in Anthem. I think it is very careful. Yeah, thanks.
I need assistance.
Fucking trying, like.
Oh,
It just has a lot of health.
I know, but I got. And
more people
the,
need to be fighting.
the problem is, I have no health, Nick. Oh, I am on fire.
I think you just want to abandon this fight, Hans. You want to
Well,
let bad guys win.
Hold on, I know what I need, Nick. I need to use my nuke. Get some. Oh, that has done very little damage, Nick. I feel like maybe we are not strong enough.
I'm doing this all. This is probably meant to be all 4 people fighting this thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I overheated. Run away.
Because overall, while I like combat and stuff, I think it's a bit repetitive, but I'm not a massive fan of the overall gameplay loop in Destiny. Fuck!
Anthem.
I think it's very bog standard by like these games. Like it is very much do mission, get loot off mission, equip new loot, numbers go up. But it's not doing anything massively different.
No.
Like, and at this point where these games are, there's a handful of these coming out every year. people need to start doing something different with them, or else they are just now another one of the crowd of many of that exist.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like, this game is... Like, we haven't discussed some of the design choices, we can do that a bit later on, but, like, yeah, this game is just kind of... Bar from the exploration of flying around the world, there's not much set apart from any other one. Like, okay, it's sci-fi, which is kind of cool, but then if you look at the setting for The Division, we thought that was quite cool too. You know, this world where there's a disease and it's kind of wiped people out and now people are scavenging. So yeah.
Best fashion of loot shooters. Hot damn, it's fun painting your mech.
Yeah, it's true. If you can customize your guy, it looks pretty cool. Anyway, we will go. So we'll kind of cut ahead now and jump into us doing one of the stronghold missions, which is their dungeons. Okay. And we're back.
That's a combination.
Oh, we start. Oh, Jesus! Fuck, I was not ready. Hello.
So this is a stronghold mission. So it's kind of like. So, oh yeah, the mines! I forgot about the mine stick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll hit a wall. Oh, there's more mine stick. Oh, this has gone terribly. Oh my god. Oh good.
Any idea how? Oh, we need to find that out. We put a stop to it. Found the relic.
Scars have done something to it. It's gone volatile.
Those of us who don't speak Shaper, that's bad, right?
Obviously. Freelancer, you'll need to silence the relic.
So yeah, okay, right, I'm back. I've recuperated. So yes, this is Stronghold.
Oh god. this has gone poorly. Yes, this is a Stronghold mission. Essentially, it's probably the equivalent to, say, a strike in Destiny.
Oh jeez, stick you down.
Where it's a longer form mission with a set objective rather than just kind of doing one thing and then ending the mission. And yes, I'm also playing a different Javelin now.
Yeah, niggas played someone different, or I played a different. Jesus.
A elemental Javelin, for lack of better.
What
your
the
abilities.
This won't let me use my ultimate. Right, X. Well, Nick, I'm pinned down and I can't make a move because I can't use my ultimate.
Jesus, I guess so far back.
Ah, what the fuck is going on?
Alright, let's see if I can. Oh. That's not using the guy, though.
Oh!
Yes, as you can see by the fact I've been down and another one of our party has been down, Stronghold are a bit tougher, and I think I actually really like them. I think this is like what Anthem should be throughout the game, rather than in, like, from what I can tell, 2 instances. Because from what I've heard about the podcast and stuff, I think there's only like 2 of these in the game. This one
really?
and the last mission of the game, I believe, is also a Stronghold. But yes, they are much they are like completely hectic at all times, pretty much.
Yeah, there is very little respite.
They are very much more about like slow pushes towards objectives rather than kill a bunch of guys, fly to the next objective, kill a bunch of guys, end the mission. they are by kind of like pushing up as a group, ensuring that you are like sticking together and not getting fucked, for lack of a better term.
Doesn't really stop us though, does it? Nerve-wracker is pushing on way ahead.
Energy levels are dropping. You're
Yeah.
halfway there.
Coming. Yeah, and there is, as Hans mentioned, like bosses obviously plays a bit different. Storm also plays a bit differently. Like, you have your shields are better whenever you're hovering and stuff like that. So, like, there is a bit of odd, like, what kind of playstyle do I want with my javelin rather than just I think looks the coolest. Fucking turret thing. So it's probably not worth getting into kind of some of our bigger issues with Anthem, not Destiny.
Turrets
We
are
hit
a pain
one
in the hole.
yesterday. We hit one yesterday that kind of rubbed us both up the wrong way.
Yeah, there is a lot of padding, which is just ridiculous. Like, for example, literally, I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
We got to the point in the story yesterday where they were like, alright, you need to go to these 4 tombs, and these tombs will help you guide the way towards like the final bit of the game.
yeah,
And eventually the tombs are like, oh, you need to complete these challenges or else you won't be allowed access to the tomb. And in my head I was like, alright, so I just feel like each of these tombs is a mission that needs done. No, these are like actual gameplay challenges, like, oh, revive
stuff that would be on,
javelin.
stuff that would be side quests, like,
Stuff that is just inherently tracked as you play the game.
Yeah.
Not like
stuff that would be like
like-
achievements almost.
Yeah. And it's just like, this is obviously just here because I don't think they have enough content in the game. And from listening to the Giant podcast, Jeff mentioned that bit is boring, like 2/3 of the way through the game, which seems ludicrous to me considering, like, not, like if I disregard the time I was pretty much playing every single mission with you, I'd say that was like 6 hours, which is insane that this is potentially a 10-hour game. That is not up for one of these types of games.
No, but I also think it ties into maybe they'll have, or they're kind of more pushing for
Right. Those.
the post-game stuff. Like, it could just be that that is what they are considering the end of the story stuff.
But from listening to the manga, I can't honestly give a proper justification. The post-game stuff is just strongholds game, like I'll play stuff on higher difficulties. There's no
Oh, it's not actually
actual
new
end
content.
content, so to speak.
Oh my god.
It's one of these other guys because see it. Alright, this guy's up. That's fine.
Oh shit. This guy is not happy with me. Oh, thank
Damn
God.
it. This guy fucking went down again. Jesus Christ.
I am actually like
Oh god. So yeah, that is like, it does seem like for one of these games, compared to something like Destiny, where, and I think it's something that really happens in Division as well. There's just doesn't feel like there's enough content here.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I'm 2/3 of the way finishing the game, and you're 2/3 of the way finishing the game, and what level are you? You're like level 8 or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seems fucking ludicrous. And potentially there is, like, if the cap is 30, that sounds insane. Alright, bit of rest back. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, there's not. They're still back. Oh no.
It looked
Fuck
like
me,
stars
sideways.
were eggs to the relic. The eggs were filled with acid. Could be using the relic to weaponize it.
Let's check the second relic. Put your theory to the test.
Fucking hell. No, can we
Yeah,
not?
this is what I wanted out of Anthem, like that kind of like constant firefight where you're. It is a challenge, and I don't think just like people are saying, "Oh, it's because people aren't playing it on the hardest difficulty." That's a bullshit excuse.
This one's a lot more crowded.
Like you should not play a game on the hardest difficulty to have some sort of challenge in it.
I dealt with the scars.
Wildly separated from the group because I went the wrong way. And I also think,
Oh, for fuck's sake, Nerve-wracker's dying.
well, I think this is a really amazing looking game, and a really, as a guy in work, a friend of mine in work put it, a very expensive looking game. It's not without its technical hiccups as well. Like, I've had numerous times where the sound is just completely cut out in the game and they'll like fix it, restart the game.
Yeah, or else you've also had your not being able to swap weapons.
Yeah, there are times where like I haven't been able to swap weapons. You hit since yesterday, or the other day, where you just got stuck in the loading screen.
Yeah,
And
oh, this is not a fun
cut
one.
out the game. So while I think it is an expensive looking game, for lack of a better term, it's not without its fault, technically. Oh, I'm done. Like, I'm meleeed me. Fuck.
Ah, fucking turrets! Where are you at? You are way up there, Nick.
I was fully up here trying to take care of the sniper.
Alright. Ah, what? I'm not gonna lie as well, I am pretty sure that either I'm lagging out or the controls are fucking up on me.
But yes, there are a myriad of issues, I feel like, with the game, and I think it's a shame because I do think, out of all the loot shooters, I think this is arguably the coolest.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, it's not the typical BioWare game, but there's still the typical, like, BioWare world building, and, like, I think the writing along with voice acting is fucking top notch.
You guys up yet? No.
But, like, it's a shame that the staples of a BioWare game kind of wrap this loot shooter packaging.
I suppose as well we should really talk about it, like this is just not a BioWare game as well, like this is gonna...
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a BioWare. Well, it's like, it's like well written and the story is cool. Like, if you told me BioWare made this, I'd be shocked.
Like, if you went into this to buy it thinking, oh, I want a BioWare game, you would be pissed off.
Yeah. Like, there's no, like, your decisions don't mean anything. No RPG element. Very little light RPG elements as part of being a loot shooter. Should be wrapping this up, huh?
No, we still got like 7 minutes left. So at the minute what we are doing is we are collecting orbs to bring it to this relic, which is apparently creating issues, so... Oh, I'm like right in the middle of these. I do not want to be here. Let's just move on out, Hans. There we go. Good lad. Got the snipers. Oh, big guy. I'm just gonna turn around. Excuse me. I need to just come through here. Thank you, news.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Get my cover. Get my cover. But yes, it's a shame because I feel like I actually, as I said, I really love the world and the story they actually have built here.
Yeah.
And like, if this wasn't a loot shooter and this was more of your stand, like, if this kind of played like Mass Effect or had the same styling as Mass Effect, I think this would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, like if it took the formatting, I suppose is the correct term of it. Well, how am I overheated? Someone tell me that. If it took like the formatting of a Mass Effect and had that narrative side to it as well.
Yeah.
But I thought the same thing about The Division. You know, if you took away the first one, if you took away the loot aspect to it, I would have loved it. I thought the setting was really cool, and I thought like, you know, and I thought like, you know, if I don't know, I understand like I'm not the biggest fan of that sort of thing, of that sort of genre, but that's maybe too many enemies for me in my state. Yeah, it just it surprises me how many games I have played recently, and I have sat there and I have thought, hey, you know what? If this wasn't a loot shooter, I would really enjoy this. And I'm kind of thinking, it just seems to dilute the experience of a game. It seems to be trying to push longevity and microtransactions to an extent.
Like it's the idea
rather
of,
than
like,
actually make it a good game.
This seems to be the go-to way for people to kind of push out the whole idea of games as a service.
Yeah.
Like for the whole, alright, we're going to sell you a game that we're going to keep supporting so you keep playing it and keep pumping money into it. It just seems to be the way that like most developers have decided is the go-to way of doing it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a shit. Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think some games do it really well. Like I think Destiny does it really well, but for all companies to now suddenly be doing it, and
It
for
sucks.
it to, yeah, like there are better ways to go about games as a service than getting support for games. It just feels like most companies de facto this to being the best way that also gets a lot of money out of it as well.
Yeah.
Alright, clear out the final steps. I went really high there. Wow, that was a
Flip
big
me.
jump.
That was intense. There's still fucking one left, seriously?
Oh, there is there. Hello. How we ended up down here?
There we go.
Relic
Yes, loot.
Big one? What was that?
It came from below.
Hey Hans, there's mines, be careful.
Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's
Shut up.
producing the egg. If we don't get rid of the source, the scars will come back and keep making weapons. Faye, find me a way
Cut.
underground.
Already done.
That was around button.
Suppose that's a good way. This is a good place to kind of wrap up. So well, the footage will remain, but we'll take a wee pause for the cause and then talk over and give our final thoughts on what we think about this particular game. Sound good?
Yep.
So Nick, if I was on the fence about I keep going to call it Destiny. Jesus. If I was on the fence about Anthem, what would you say to me?
I would say that Anthem is a long way from feeling like a complete loot shooter experience. I think fundamentals are there in terms of I think it's fun to play, I think the abilities are pretty cool, but I think there's a long way to go in terms of content, in terms of general loot experience, in terms of general in general combat encounters. I think also could use a lot of work. Overall, I just don't think there's enough there in Anthem currently to justify its price tag, regardless of how you go about getting Anthem, whether it's part of the Origin Pass or whatever, or just buy the game. I think there is potential for it to get there, but it will require a lot of work. My worry is whether EA will let BioWare continue to put in the work to get it to the state where it is up there with the best of these types of games. Hans, if I was on the fence about Anthem, not Destiny, but Anthem, what would you say to me?
Obviously, when this was first announced, and cause if you go watch our E3 coverage for that, my exact words were, "This looks like Destiny," and I still kind of stand by that, to be honest. This, to me, is BioWare looking at Destiny and thinking, oh, that's made good money, let's try and get some of that. So, yeah, I was very skeptical about it, first of all, when I first saw it. Then I played it for a bit, and I thought, oh, you know what, I was a bit harsh on it, this is actually quite enjoyable. It's definitely not a perfect game, but in terms of a loot-based shooter, I could definitely kind of play it a bit more than I did The Division, or did with anything, or with Destiny itself. And then we got to that challenge thing, the padding, and that really soured on me again. I think that's really cheap. I think for a game that had so much hype about it, that has a BioWare production company behind it, this game should not have to rely on that sort of thing. It's kind of pathetic, in my opinion. You're right. I think that in terms of, if you look at it just from a game standpoint, like from a not design, but a gameplay standpoint, it's a very solid third-person shooter that has quite a lot of buzz phrase time, verticality to it. So the combat encounters do need work. They do need work, but I feel like it's still pretty solid compared to the divisions, where it's all one level. Between your flying, your hovering, your abilities and all, I think there's you can have fun with the combat. The strongholds need a bit of work. They feel like just kind of wave after wave after wave, with not much narrative throughout it. The story itself, there's actually is a story to it, and you know what? Fair play to them. It's decent, but it's not to the level that you expect from a BioWare game. But it's the design that really lets it down. It's that, as you call it, the cycle. That really is poor, in my opinion. The fact they have to rely on what is essentially what would normally be an achievement, something to get a trophy or an achievement, is actually a way for you to progress the story forward or the game forward, is, just the only way I can think of is pathetic. So I would not recommend this game. I suppose that's the bit. I wouldn't. If they continue to add more stuff to it, or if a new patch comes out, they maybe rectify some of the design flaws, 100%. If not, then I would say Anthem 2 will be very good, especially if they learn from their mistakes, but I cannot recommend Anthem 1 for the money it would cost you. That may be the first on the fence I've actually properly had a go at a game. Those are my opinions. Sorry, those are our opinions. Those are our opinions on Anthem, currently available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Microsoft Windows. Sorry, I just remembered I used to do that. Microsoft Windows. Ranging from £50 for the base game and as high as £65 for the special edition. Thank you very much for joining me, Nick.
No problem.